Welcome to History Reimagined. Today, we explore a world built not on Western ambition, but on Eastern design. Our story begins on the high seas. The year is 1433. Admiral Zhang He commands the Ming Dynasty's treasure fleet, the largest and most advanced armada the world has ever seen. In our history, the new emperor, wary of cost and foreign influence, ordered the fleet dismantled. China turned inward, and the path was cleared for Europe to discover the New World. But we ask, what if the fleet was never dismantled? In this alternate timeline, the emperor is convinced by his admirals that expansion and trade are the keys to a truly heavenly kingdom. Zhang He's mission is renewed. After solidifying trade routes in Africa and India, his massive fleet turns east, into the vast, uncharted Pacific. Around 1435, the treasure fleet, guided by advanced compasses, makes landfall on the coast of a new continent. They do not find a route to Europe, but something far more valuable. This is not the brutal conquest of the Spanish. The Ming are not driven by God, gold, and glory. They are a vast, sophisticated bureaucracy driven by tribute and trade. They arrive not with a few hundred soldiers, but with an armada of 20,000 men, bearing silks, porcelain, and advanced metalwork. They meet the vibrant civilizations of the Aztecs and Mayans. They trade. They exchange knowledge. And then they leave. But they leave two things behind: Chinese delegates and old-world diseases. The Silk and Silver Age. The smallpox plagues that ravaged the Americas in our timeline still happens in this one, but it happens without a simultaneous European invasion. The Aztec and Inca empires, while devastated, do not fall to conquistadors. They collapse internally from the pandemic. The Great Exchange, 1450 to 1600. When the Ming fleets return a generation later, they find a changed world, depopulated but rich in land and resources. They don't conquer. They administer. They establish coastal provinces, just as they did in other parts of Asia. They bring new crops, maize, potatoes, rubber, back to China, causing a massive population boom that fuels their new global empire. The Ming Dynasty, bolstered by New World silver, never falls. The two powers, 1600 to 1900. The world is remade. In the East, the Ming Empire becomes the world's undisputed superpower. Their industrial revolution, powered by Chinese coal and American resources, begins in the 1700s. In the West, Europe remains a poor, fractured, and minor region. Without New World gold, Spain and Portugal never become empires. The dominant Western power is the Ottoman Empire, which becomes the Ming's primary rival and trade partner, controlling the land routes to this backwater Europe. In the New World, the continent is not called America. It is known as Fusang, the name for a mythical land to the east from old Chinese legends. Its culture is a true blend. Indigenous populations, after the plague, are absorbed into the Ming bureaucratic system. They adopt Mandarin as the language of government, but their local customs, foods, and architecture are mixed with Chinese philosophy. Imagine pagodas built alongside Incan stone, or Confucian scholars studying Mayan astronomy. The Mechanical Mandarinate, 1900 to 1950. With no world wars, technology evolves differently. The Ming perfect logistics, not warfare. Their focus on social order and massive bureaucracy leads them to create Mandarin engines, which are vast, steam and electric-powered mechanical computers. They are not for personal use. They are designed to manage the census, resource distribution, and logistics for an empire of billions. Present day, 2025. Welcome to 2025, in the Ming Global Technate. The world is peaceful, stable, and rigid. It is a single planet-spanning bureaucracy run by the emperor and his Mandarin engines. A highly advanced, centralized artificial intelligence dedicated to social harmony. There is no democracy. Your life is governed by the principles of Confucius and the calculations of the AI. The system is a true meritocracy. You advance based on test scores and your contribution to societal stability. There is no poverty or hunger, but there is also no true individual freedom. The Ming Technate is the sole superpower. The Ottoman Caliphate remains a significant, prosperous secondary power, but it cannot challenge the Ming's industrial and technological might. Europe is a quiet, disunified region, known mostly for its interesting wines and philosophies. Technology is advanced but invisible. There are no personal computers or smartphones. Society runs on quiet, central networks. The Ming have been in space for decades. Space operations is a state-run utility, not a race. They maintain a massive, permanent orbital station called the Jade Palace, a symbol of the Emperor's power over the Earth. They are methodically mining the moon and asteroids, not for exploration, but for resources to maintain the perfect, unending harmony of the Technate. This is a world of silk and steel, of perfect order, ruled by an ancient dynasty and a logical machine. A planet united under one banner, but at what cost? Join us next time on History Reimagined.